Check what the time is, 11:13. I love this instrumental by Tiny Temper and Zara Larson. That's instrumental for girls like. Now, are you a government worker or private salaried worker? No need to worry, be a proud owner of a TV and an air conditioner or any electronic gadget from the TCL showroom now in an easier way. Now simply walk into a TCL showroom nationwide and choose the item you want and pay for a flexible 12-month period through these banks. That's EcoBank, CBG, Ghana Commercial Bank, SG Bank, First Atlantic Bank, and IB National Savings and Loans. Now for more details, you can call 055-4766387 or 059-6913298. TCL, the creative life. Now for those who have missed or weren't following the Achimota school Rastafarian scandal, some Rastafari students gained admission into Achimota school but were denied admission because of their locks. Now there were various conversations around the topic, around the issue, and it's just been left hanging. GS has issued a directive for Achimota School to admit the students but made a U-turn. What is the story or what is the fate of these amazing students? Are they going to be denied access or admission to school to learn, to educate themselves because of what they believe in, because of their hairstyle? Is that a prerequisite for education? Who's right, who's wrong? So there's something happening on Monday in this regard. And today I have one of the parents, Ras Aswad Nkrabea. Who's father to Ohiniba Kweku Nkrabea, who's been refused admission by Achimota School and has filed a suit at the Human Rights Division of the Accra High Court. There's something happening on Monday, and he's here to talk more about it. You can share your views and thoughts, 020-2222-2073. Now we're live on Facebook and Instagram as well at Y1079FM. So born in 1955, Kingston, Jamaica, graduate of Jamaica School of Art in Fine Arts and trained at the Portfolio Center, Atlanta in advertising, illustration and arts directions. Now he was a teacher at Jamaican School of Art, a teacher at 4th Augusta Prison. He's also a co-founder of the Rastafari Council of Ghana, co-founder of the Black Star Line Credit Union Ghana, co-founder of Food Sovereignty Ghana, and he's presently a change agent and social and political activist. So it's an honor to have him here. We'll be talking more about what's happening on Monday and the current state of issues. So welcome, sir. It's great to have you here. You know, I followed the story from when it started, and it's been crazy. It's been crazy. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and give thanks. And it's a pleasure to have had this invitation to be here.
Definitely. Welcome. The show is the Weekend Rush, and we're so glad to have you here.
All right, thank you.
Nice. So 020-2222-2073. So we're going to hear from the horse's own mouth. I mean, you know, there's always a reportage, which may be biased sometimes. So we want to hear from the horse's own mouth, from the genesis of the story in summary, what exactly happened. So, sir, please take us through the journey in summary. Yes.
It all started when my son was accepted to go to Achimota School, and we took him there. And they were going through the normal process that they go through with the children to actually enroll them properly into the program. But I mean, they were accepted. But when I got there, they told us that because of his dreadlocks, they wouldn't accept him. It was a shock to me because I couldn't believe that in a time like this, this is a country where Kwame Nkrumah have established so much in terms of his international relations. Kwame Nkrumah in the 60s even went to Jamaica and was preparing to bring back a whole lot of Jamaicans, technocrats and whatever, to help with the development of Ghana at that time. So we have a long-standing relationship of that. And added to that is that our president here presently have gone all over the world to invite us to come here. And I'm sure when he went out there, he saw that we have children with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
He saw all of us with dreadlocks. So we are not new to him in terms of that aspect of it. It started there. When they rejected him, I said, okay, since these individuals who are facilitating the process may not be the deciding factor, let me go to the headmistress. When I went there, I tried to get her attention. It was impossible. Up until today, I haven't been able to meet her like that to have that discussion. Yeah.
Wow.
So I decided to go and speak with the assistant downstairs. I went down there, assistant headmaster. And when I got in there with my children's mother, she was there as well, and we asked them, about what's the problem, why they have rejected the child. And the gentleman told me plain and straight that they will never accept them because of their locks. And he even went on further to say that this is not the first time, and it won't be the last. They have done it before, and people have taken them to court, and they lost. So when I heard that, I said, well, okay, let me see if there's really any law in Ghana. So, I decided to I told him plain and straight that I'm going to take it to court because I believe that, there's a judicial system here, that should be able to give you justice. And that was really the best way to go. So I went home, but when I got home, the lawyer told me that I should go back and let them give me something in writing. So when I went back there, I saw the young Rastafarian who was 17 years old. He and his father was sitting there. And I asked them why they're there. They said they're there because they have been rejected.
Rejected as well.
So I told them, okay, let me go in and finish what I'm doing, and then when I come out to see the way forward. So when I went in there and asked the gentleman to put the thing in writing, he said, no, he won't commit himself like that. So he didn't do it. So I said, okay, all right, at least give me your number and your name, and he refused to give me his number and his name. So I had no other choice than to take it to social media because they were not open to no proper dialogue or anything like that. So from there, I engaged the parent that was outside with his son and told them that if they face the same problem, let us unite and address the issue together. And that's what happened, and this is what, where it has reached as a result of the lack of openness to have the dialogue, right? We decided to take it to court, which we did, and it's in court right now. We have had a few sessions, and we'll be going back on the 14th to actually go in the substantive aspect of the case.
Yeah. Guys, it's rather unfortunate. If you just tuned in, we're talking about the Rastafarian Achimota school issue. 02022222073. So this happened last year, later part of last year or early this year?
No, just recently, because we distinguished us about maybe 2 months, 2.5 months, something like around that time. Maybe not that much. Yeah, just recently.
So as you made efforts to reach the headmistress, even after you took it to court, she still denied, she didn't give you an audience.
The GS called a meeting for us as parents and the different stakeholders.
Yeah.
And we went to the GS headquarters to actually address the issue. But what happened there is that she was very adamant that, she's not going to change her mind. And the GS couldn't help the situation either because they basically told us that, the best thing to do is to trim is cut the child locks, which wasn't an option for us. So that left the situation right there. As a result of that, it went on and on and on, and there was ample time for them to have, looked into the situation and make some amend to it, but they weren't ready to do that.
Yeah.
And it's something that they have been doing for generations, so they feel like they have the right to do it. And I am saying this to say that, and there's no disrespect to Christianity, but that kind of Christianity came out of colonialism and slavery when they used to oppress black people at that time, and they have continued in the same vein, and they are basically benefiting from white privileges that been established by white supremacy throughout the world. So that is what gave them that power to think that they have the authority to do as they please. And we see where it is getting us now, where there is confrontation between the different, the two major religious entities in the country, and it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for it to have gone that way.
Yeah.
People need to be more open and have more understanding. That we all have our faith, and this is a multicultural society.
Yeah.
And we need to live together, learn how to live together.
Definitely.
As a matter of fact, the history of the school, in some aspect, when Africans actually was in the leadership of it like that, it wasn't like that. There was more unity and all of that. But as the world changes, the power of the white man is getting so strong that they feel like they have control over different countries throughout the world. So they've empowered these churches to carry out a lot of their missions. And this is one of them that they are carrying out right now. And it is sad that we have so many different cultures in Ghana, and a traditional religion cannot even stand strong in the country. I mean, I hear people talk badly against pouring libation, as opposed to, dealing with the white Christian philosophy where they even worship a white Jesus. When you really trace the history of even Christ, not Jesus, because Jesus is just a name, but Christ is a principle. When you trace the history in the Bible in terms of the principle of Christ, and you go way back into the history, you recognize that it came from an ancient African culture and way of life, and it was taken by the white man and transformed to use against black people in this time. So it's not even authentic in terms of what is being practiced. And we do see, what is happening with the churches here. For instance, when this issue happened, the Christian Council didn't say a word. When it happened to the Rastafarians, they didn't say one word.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody said it. Even the Muslims, they didn't say nothing. And it just took a few weeks. The same thing started to happen to them. And they recognized that time now they need to have a voice to actually address the issue. So it goes to show that when you see your neighbor house is burning down, you shouldn't just turn your back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if they had paid attention at that time in the way they are doing now, it probably would have helped the situation from escalating to where it is.
Yeah. Now, I'd want to ask you, based on what you just said, of course, the majority is the Christian religion, then Muslim, and then the others. But Rastafarianism is not, for lack of a better word, that widespread, widespread, especially in Ghana.
Right.
Would you blame this issue on the fact that you're not part of the masses? That's why there's some sort of segregation in there.
Yes, definitely. I mean, as a minority, as I would look at you as a minority, it's a whole power struggle, right? Because they see themselves as more powerful economically, materially, politically, and all of that. So, as a minority, they don't give you any respect, right? So, Rastafari as a new cultural force coming up in the system, which they have a certain amount of disregard for Rastafari for many reasons. One is that the Rastaman speak the truth. Two is that the Rastaman say Africa first, and the Rastaman doesn't bow to the white philosophy of Christianity or the white philosophy of anything else, but they see Pan-Africanism. That is really something that a lot of the different religions who are into the white philosophy and so on, it becomes a problem to them.
Yeah.
But as a minority, definitely that is one of the reasons why they felt like they could have done it. But when you look at it in terms of justice and rights and truth, there's no such thing as minority where justice and rights is concerned. Even one single individual can stand up and make a whole difference in the world.
Exactly. Conversation is getting interesting. 020-222-2073. I have one of the parents In fact, the father of Kwame Nkrabea, who was refused admission by Achimota school because of his dreadlocks, he's been asked by the school to shave off. So after Achimota denied your son admission into the school, has there been a situation or a move where, okay, Achimota is not giving me admission, let me try other schools?
Yeah.
Maybe before the whole court issue is solved, because time is running, and he needs to go to school.
Yeah.
Well, how has the approach been? Have you moved or approached other senior high schools?
Okay, presently he's having some lessons at home at the moment, right? Just to keep him up to date.
Yeah.
You see, one of the things is that the school is responsible because technically he's a member of the school.
Exactly.
So they are actually denying him his rights.
Yeah.
You know, as a member of the school.
Yeah.
So to turn my back on it and to say, oh, I'm just going to walk away and turn my back, I think I would be doing Ghana a disservice.
Yeah.
Because there's a constitution which doesn't allow that to happen, right?
Exactly.
And there is a judicial system which we feel, is the way that we should go to actually address this issue. That's why we're there. So we're waiting to see what the process of the court is going to be.
Okay.
So in the meantime, the child is being given, some training at home to keep him up to date.
Awesome.
For the time being.
Awesome. So what is happening tomorrow? I mean, on Monday.
Monday, yes. On Monday we are having a press conference because of the fact that we recognize that the issue has turned into something else where there's animosity between different religions, which when we started this as more of a social justice than anything else. It's more a person's rights.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything in terms of animosity between religious faiths or anything like that. And it has reached a stage where, it is escalating, and we do not like the direction in which it is going. So we feel like we should give some voice to it by having a press conference to state our position where that is concerned in terms of the religious intolerance and animosity that is going on. Because, we do understand that, there are different issues between the Muslims and the Christians in terms of their practices and so on and so forth. But we should learn how to live in this society, with each other, right? Yeah. Without having to go through this. We have seen so many African countries and other countries throughout the world where, religion have caused so much war and death and destruction and all of that. And that is one of our concerns right now, because as simple as you take it, it may not be a big thing today, but this can turn into something else, because all it takes is just for one, maybe even an accident or whatever, and a person interpret it differently, and it affects the minds of the person who becomes a victim, etc., and it turns into a whole other thing. So we want to make sure that we make it very clear to the society that we do not support the direction in which you see it going. Right.
So where is it happening? What time?
Okay, it will be at 10 o'clock at the Freedom Center in Kokomemle.
Okay.
On Monday at
10 o'clock.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock in the year.
Okay.
English
So pressmen, bloggers, social media sensations, everybody, Monday 10 a.m. Kokomlemle, the Freedom Center, right?
Yes, at the Freedom Center in
Freedom Center.
That is where the inside newspaper Kwesi Pratt's office is.
Okay. So before you leave, I want to ask this question. I'm hoping, everything is settled and there's a resolution or consensus raised and all the parties are happy. But what if it doesn't go your way?
Well, if it doesn't go, we have a judicial system that there's another option in terms of taking it to the superior, it's a higher court, to take it to the next level to ensure that justice is done. So we'll take it to that level and see what happens from there.
Right. Again, another school of thought says that, this is a peculiar case, where something has to be changed or some rules have to be bent based on the school's rules to allow or to admit your son. This would also open the floodgates of people coming in with different or peculiar situations into the school. Do you think that if you conform to the rules of the school. It's your religion and everything, but it's a period, okay? It's not the lives, the whole life of the child. I think it's 3 years now. So what about on the other side? I mean, I'm just asking based on feedback.
I understand.
So if the hair is shaved, and after school when they are done, because in university there's no checking or there's no law that says, okay, you have to dress this way and all of that, because in the senior high school there's a uniformity, in there. So how about, conforming to the rules of the school for that period, and then, you can, because the religion is inbuilt, it's in you, it's not the hair that will change anything. What about that too?
If we as citizens, we believe in the Constitution, we recognize that in the Constitution it states clearly that you have the right to practice. Practice, not just have a theoretical view of your religion, but you have the right to practice it. It's, as a matter of fact, the word is manifest. And manifest means to make it into reality. Visible. So if we believe in the Constitution, then we should uphold that. And then secondly is that for an educational institution to make such statement, I listen to the statement, and when I look at it and see that it is an educational institution which has so much respect, to not do a scientific research before they actually come up with that statement. And it was very simple. All they had to do was to go back to those schools that those children went and ask them if there was any floodgate there when they were there, because those children, they went to school before they went to Achimota.
Exactly.
It was simple. You just drive down the road, go to the school, let me do a research and find what was the situation with these children when they were here. And they would recognize there was no such thing as a floodgate. Right? So that was very, very simple for them to make that analysis. And they didn't do it.
They didn't do it. Now another question. Someone would say, maybe you could have prolonged the dialogue between your party and then the school authorities, but escalating it, because earlier you mentioned that you wanted to speak to the headmistress, but you were denied. Would you say maybe if you continue the dialogues, used other means to get to the people, put a human face, because of course the school has a human face, and the based on the sentiments and everything, maybe it wouldn't have been all over the place, because now if she changes or the school changes their stand, they'll be deemed as weak and blah 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 blah. How about maybe if you had some people, probably the GES executives or heads of GES and some schools, meet or try and set up a meeting behind closed doors, and then just solve it amicably. If your children were admitted into the school, won't have had anything. They would just have been in there, because everybody or some schools come up with this issue of foreign students or other students having their hairs kept. Because I went to National and there was a couple of ladies or guys who had their hair on. So the whole basis of dialoguing maybe wasn't
pursued.
Yes.
All right, let me answer that question. We have had a situation before where there are Rastafarians who their children have been rejected from schools. And these are some of the deals that they make, which I am totally against it, because if you are going to go and be bribed or have to bribe someone, or if they have to do you a favor to get your child in the school when it's a right by the Constitution, then it's not something I would support. I don't think I needed to beg and plead to them, and then they pacify me by granting me that, me alone as an individual, that opportunity to have a Rastafarian child in there, and I couldn't be satisfied with that, because there are other Rastafarians coming up who wants to go to that school. And since there's a constitution that we're all supposed to respect and honor, then why not go the way where in the law of the land will work? Right? So I felt like I went the correct way. And then secondly is that there wasn't a human face to the authorities about the school from beginning. I was scared. I mean, even the way they look at you and the way they talk to you in a very scornful and demeaning kind of a way. It's like you are nothing. To them, it's like, who are you? You are nothing. So with that kind of inhuman face, it wasn't welcoming. And then furthermore, the GES did try to do something, but they weren't strong enough. The Ghana Education Service is not strong enough, because you see what is happening right now. They cannot exercise their full authority as a government institution. So that breakdown alone helped the situation to escalate, because there wasn't anyone there who was ready to take the authority to ensure that the right thing is done.
wish you all the best, and we hope the right thing is done. So please, the details again on the Monday press conference,
Yes,
and then your final words.
Yes. It is at the Freedom Center, Kotoko Avenue, at Kokomemle, and it is Monday at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
sharp.
Right.
Yeah.
And your final words to people listening.
Well, the final words is that we need to be more tolerant of each other, whether it is based on tribes or religion or politics or whatever, because we have a greater deal to be dealt with. The continent of Africa is nowhere in the world in terms of its power. And for us as small nation states to be doing this to ourselves, we are wasting so much time. Look at the amount of time that's been wasted in this issue when there are national issues such as water, housing deficit, just a general economy there to pay attention to. And you have ministers in parliament talking a whole lot of unnecessary things about the dreadlocks child, and it was just a total waste when it could have been dealt with from the ministerial position immediately, right? And because of that, we are where we are. So I think that we need to start look at the nation first. Look at the nation first and look at Africa first, rather than get involved in these petty things.
Definitely. Ghana first, Africa first. Thank you so much, Ras Aswad Nkrabea. Now check with the time, it's 11:40. For more great stuff. The show is still the Weekend Rush. More to come right here